People are weird. We constantly talk ourselves out of doing stuff that we are more than capable of doing. Just when we foster the confidence necessary to start a new endeavor or reach out to someone, we often convince ourselves that we're unqualified or that it's a bad idea. Lemony Snicket said, "If we wait until we're ready, we'll be waiting for the rest of our lives." Tim Ferriss, New York Times bestselling author, investor, and entrepreneur, said something similar. And yes, Tim is a real guy and he's very successful. And he said, "Conditions are never perfect. Someday is a disease that will take your dreams to the grave with you." If the guys who invented YouTube waited for it to be perfect before they released it, we might have gone years without sharing the joy of watching funny and monumental videos. Do you remember what the first cell phones looked and felt like? They were large, awkward, rectangular boxes and weighed several pounds. The creators who shape our world understand that they may be a little naive or not fully prepared. Yet they continue in spite of their inexperience. How? What do these people have that others don't? Why does the average person get tripped up in mental mind games before they even begin? Because they feel the need to seek approval and validation to begin. We build up these unrealistic scenarios in our mind that the perfect mentor or guru or genie or whoever will grant us permission to start. Of course, this never happens. Nobody but you can give you permission. It's up to you and you only to take control. It's up to you to take hold of the wheel and fire up the engine to the destiny that you wish to create. Here's how. Number one, stop waiting for permission. Most of us grew up in a permission-based culture, right? You needed to raise your hand if you wanted to use the restroom. You needed to be 17 in order to see a rated R movie. And although these are kind of small and seemingly harmless examples, they were and still are prevalent throughout our lives. And over time, it can create a mindset where we seek the approval of others in order to begin. It's important to understand that this is your life. You only get one shot. If you wish to create something or start living on your own terms, you will need to ditch your yearning for approval. Richard Branson is a billionaire and entrepreneur, investor, and philanthropist. He named his company Virgin because he and his business partner were virgins in business when they first started out. Today, he started hundreds of companies in many different fields that he had no qualifications in. But the thing that separates Branson from most people is that he starts before he is ready. He dives in and he accepts that he doesn't know everything, but will figure it out as he goes. So understand that you'll never be fully ready for anything. At some point, you gotta jump. Number two, get real about what's necessary to begin. What is the realistic barrier of entry? We are living in one of the greatest eras in history to create and innovate. With technology, the middleman has been eliminated in countless industries. If you want to write a book, you don't need to wait for an agent or a publishing company. You can self-publish with print-on-demand technology. If you want to build a website or a blog, you don't even need to know how to code or use HTML. You can use sites like Squarespace where the backend is taken care of. If you want to learn how to paint, you don't even need to go to a class. You can just go on YouTube and find countless tutorials and free information. Once you understand the basics, write down on a piece of paper what you need to begin. The physical act of writing down these necessary steps is critical because it allows you to see the ideas on paper as opposed to storing it in your head. And this provides the clarity and peace of mind to move forward without being paralyzed from the potential unknown aspects of whatever it is that you're pursuing. Number three, draft a basic game plan and focus on the first step. People who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. 42% more simply from writing it down. So once you write down your goal or outcome, you can reverse engineer how to get there. You don't need to have every detail planned out, but just a rough idea of the necessary steps. Most importantly though, focus on that one action step you can take. Because once you begin, you are well on your way. The block that holds most people back is beginning in the first place, and taking action. So take a moment right now to imagine the impact that you wish to create. Visualize what it would feel like to have your final product and what that would entail. Don't deprive people of your gift. You are more capable than you realize. So stop waiting for the guru or magical fairy to tap your head with his or her wand and grant you permission. Understand that if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Get realistic about the barriers of entry and do some basic research. Write down the necessary steps, draft a game plan by reverse engineering the outcome, And then remember, it doesn't need to be detailed or perfect, but focus on taking your first action step. You will figure out the details and learn as you go. And lastly, remember what MLK said, faith is taking the first step even when you can't see the whole staircase.